We're living in some strange times right now, and everybody can feel it. All of our elected officials, government officials, and corporate CEOs have all been doing things behind the scenes that we know are shady. A lot more questions are being revealed than answers, and I think it's time we start demanding some answers. What I think these elites and people that work in the shadows are truly hiding from us. So as everybody knows by now, Sam Bankman-Fried has been arrested in the Bahamas. And to give a quick backstory, he was the operator of FTX, and it went from billions of dollars to nothing on November 11th. Kinda funny that date if you're into numerology and everything. 1111. Some people call those angelic numbers, numbers of the spirit. So not only has this company lost billions of dollars, it lost billions of dollars in its investors' money, and a lot of that money is unaccounted for. New York has filed the criminal case against him, and the US is expected to extradite him from the Bahamas. In speculation, it's not looking good for old Sammy. He's probably looking at life in prison if they don't Epstein his ass before he gets sentenced. There has now been 4 crypto founders dead under mysterious circumstances. I find that very suspicious. I'm going to touch on 2 of them because I really want everybody to think about how these men died and the circumstances as what led to their death. I apologize in advance for butchering any of the names that I am about to try and pronounce. I thoroughly mean all respect, and I feel for these men's families, so I will be praying that they get through these troubling times. But the first one I want to talk about is named Nikolai Mushegian. He was 29 years old and died in Puerto Rico. This is a young man who's fit, who's healthy, and died under very mysterious circumstances. He was found in the water, fully clothed, with his ID. Almost like he or whoever did what they did to him wanted him to be able to be identified. This is from a website, newspunch.com. Maker DAO co-founder Nikolai Mushegian has been found dead just days after exposing an Epstein-style CIA Mossad pedophile entrapment operation in Puerto Rico. How about that? Here is a tweet that he shared that was shortly followed by his death. CIA and Mossad and pedo elite are running some kind of sex trafficking entrapment blackmail ring out of Puerto Rico and Caribbean islands. They are going to frame me with a laptop planted by my ex-girlfriend who was a spy. They will torture me to death. He died 2 days later after tweeting this. His death comes just 5 days after the Maker DAO community approved a lucrative custodian partnership with Coinbase. He also tweeted this on September 4th. 3 possible futures for me. 1. Suicided by CIA. 2. CIA brain damage slave asset. 3. Worst nightmare of people who fucked with me up until now. I am sure these are the only options. Clearly, this man knew what he was dealing with and who he was dealing with. The fact that he tweeted out about an Epstein-style pedo ring in Puerto Rico, billionaire crypto guy is probably privy to those secret parties. More than likely saw something that he didn't agree with, and next thing we know, he was face down in the ocean. Now again, this is all speculation and theory, but if history proves anything, anytime the CIA is mentioned, our radar should go completely up. So the second one I want to talk about, and again, I'm sorry for butchering the name, is Vyacheslav Taran. For easier reference in the video, we'll just be referring to him as Taran. I'm going to pull from another article that reported on this on WayneDupree.com. Another crypto billionaire dies mysteriously. This is the 4th cryptocurrency mogul to die in recent weeks. Daily Wire reported that a Russian cryptocurrency billionaire died in a helicopter crash near Monaco. Despite good weather in the area, the 3rd cryptocurrency entrepreneur to die unexpectedly in recent weeks. Taran was a founder of this company, Libertex. It has won many awards and is very established. Essentially, it's a crypto broker. Now, I know that Taran wasn't as young as Nikolai or even Kulander, who was another crypto mogul who was very young that died in his sleep mysteriously. Because that's just what young 30-year-olds do. They just die in their sleep, right? And with Taran, the weather was good that day, and it was reported that he was with a well-experienced and capable pilot. So let's get down into the theory of it. As far as Nikolai, he more than likely went to one of those billionaire parties. He was exposed to the slave trade and the pedo ring, and he didn't agree with it at all. And as soon as he went public with it on Twitter, he put the biggest target over his back that he could. So the CIA did what they did best and unalived him. Same as Taran, whether he went to a party, saw a backdoor deal, he saw something that he wasn't supposed to, he didn't want to comply with what they were doing, so they had to ultimately unalive him. Same with Kulander. He more than likely was offered a deal that he didn't want to take, but his partners and other people that were investing with him wanted him to. And when he refused, they got him out of the way. Again, this is all speculation, but we do know that when the CIA is involved in anything, we should always have our suspicion radar up and scanning heavily. And FTX crashing and burning, I think that was about to open up a whole nother can of worms, and they're trying to shut the lid on that super quick. Slave trading, sex trafficking, and pedo rings are very, very lucrative. And sadly, the CIA is more than likely heavily involved in it. And I believe a lot of these crypto companies are nothing more than fronts for these elite rings. It is a very safe way to wash money and make illegal purchases, especially when you secretly control most of the company. I don't believe we should let this FTX thing slip away from us like Epstein and Maxwell did. Too much has been coming to light, and like I said, too many questions are being surfaced and not enough answers. And it is time for us to start demanding those answers. These people in power that make major decisions and shape our world need to be held accountable. We must know what was in that little black book. We must know the reasoning as to why Nikolai was killed. We must demand answers for all of this. A lot is happening behind the scenes with this crypto stuff, and I just think everybody should be on high alert. I urge everyone to go out and research this, look up the articles, look into the posts, make your comments, make your voice heard. We demand answers, and we expect nothing less. I hope that this video helped and shed some light and opened up some thinking as to what could have happened to these men. Please keep their families in your thoughts and your prayers, and I'll see you in the next video. God bless.